Hello and welcome to Your Broken Galaxy. This is the 17th fight in my 128 character Star Wars versus tournament chosen by random number generator, and it is Mon Mothma versus Admiral Ackbar. Pretty interesting fight here, if I do say so myself. But anyway, here we go. Admiral Ackbar is sitting in his office just after the victory at Endor, and Mon Mothma comes walking in. She says, "Admiral, we have been grateful for your service, but it seems like your time with the Alliance has ended. We'd like you to retire so we can do away with our weapons of war and instead focus on peace." And Ackbar says, "That is utterly idiotic. The Empire still has literally thousands of Star Destroyers and billions of soldiers throughout the galaxy." And Mon is like, "Yeah, but I want peace, and I'm willing to fight for it." And Ackbar says, "Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. In order to have peace, we have to win the war." And she says, "No," then extends her arm towards him and gestures for him to come at her. And he says, "What are you doing?" And she says, "I'm challenging you to a fight." And Ackbar says, "Did you have too much Celestin wine after the celebration last night?" And she says, "No. Your time as a warrior has passed. Now it's time for you to pass as well." "You're going to kill me?" he asks. "If that is what the only way to peace," she says. So Ackbar steps towards her and says, "Are you a clone or something? Some trick of the Empire?" And she executes a rear-legged thrust kick to his lower abdomen. The fishman takes it in his stride, but gets pushed back. He says, "Don't do this, Mon. You can't win. You're just a..." And she says, "Just a what? A woman, you misogynist jerk?" And he says, "No, I wasn't going to say that. You're just a what? A human, you specious jerk?" "No, stop trying to finish my sentences. You're just a politician, you warmongering jerk." "No, darn it, shut up. You're just a weakling." "A weakling?" she responds. "I'll turn you into sushi." She screams and then rushes at him, drawing her blaster. She fires 5 times and utterly misses with every shot. Ackbar backhands her, or rather backflippers her, and she falls to the floor dazed. He hits the intercom and says, "Security, get in here. I think that someone has drugged Mon Mothma. She's trying to attack me." And the man says, "Right away, Admiral." He turns around just as Mon crashes a small potted plant over his head. He falls backwards onto his desk with a concussion. She grabs a knife from the bag that she was carrying and grabs the fishman's wrists. She draws his hand across the table and severs a large chunk of it with her knife. The Admiral screams in pain just as the door opens and 2 security guards come walking in. Mon looks up and says, "Oh, hi guys, you want some sushi?" The Admiral pulls his hand away from her and pushes her. She falls backward into his desk chair and then onto the floor. The security guards rush in, and the Admiral says, "Restrain her, she's gone mad." And Mon Mothma is like, "We must have peace, Admiral. Guards, this man is insisting on a course of war. Arrest him." And the guards are confused. And the Admiral says, with all reasonability that you expect from someone as venerable and honorable as Admiral Ackbar, "Okay, I don't want you guys to get in trouble or worry about this. Just arrest us both. Take us to the brig. There are security monitors in here. I'm fine sitting in a cell for a few minutes until this is all resolved." One guard advances towards Ackbar, who has his fins outstretched for a fin cuffing, and the other moves towards Mon Mothma, who stabs him in the gut with the knife she had just used on Ackbar. He doubles over in pain, and she chops him on the back of his head, breaking 3 of her fingers on his helmet. She grabs his blaster then and shoots him in the side of the head. The other guard is utterly confused and just stands there in shocked motionlessness. She turns the blaster towards him, unloading 7 shots, all of which miss. She then throws the gun at him and charges. The gun also fails to hit him, but she body checks him and they both fall over. Unfortunately, his own gun went off when he fell to the ground and it blasted a hole in his stomach, killing him. "I am the bringer of peace," she screams, grabbing the dead man's gun and blasting at Ackbar with it. His fins cuffed, he has no choice but to jump behind his desk for cover. Not that that would have mattered, because every shot Mon Mothma fired was wildly off its intended mark. She rushed at him with the knife and executed a downward slash. He dodged it and then headbutted her in the nose, breaking it. She fell to the ground crying like a baby. But while she was there, she grabbed the first guard's blaster that happened to be sitting on the floor next to her and fired it at Ackbar. And again, she missed every shot. At this point, the door opened in a second time with 6 guards standing on the outside. Ackbar screamed, "She's crazy! She killed these 2 men and assaulted me with a knife! Stun her!" Mothma screamed, "No, I am the bringer of peace," and started firing her blaster upwards into the ceiling. All 6 guards, realizing that she was crazy, fired at her and she fell unconscious. Unfortunately, she landed on the knife that she had been holding in one of her hands, which punctured both a lung and heart, and she quickly perished. Admiral, it's obvious that Mon Mothma went crazy. Do you want us to cover this up? So we can preserve her image as a symbol of hope for the rebellion, the lead guard asked. What? Heck no! Tell everybody you know about this freaking lunatic! Well, that is my video for today. Admiral Ackbar winning this one. This was one that was voted for by my patrons on Patreon. If you sign up for any level, you can vote on who wins these fights. I put them out in batches of 8s, and so the next 7 fights are already decided. If there's a tie, I flip a coin to see who wins. Other than that, please check out some of my other videos. I've got a bunch of different comedy videos on this channel. If you've never seen my stuff before, just give it a try. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that garbage.